Okay, welcome back to Rock and Rattle Retreat. Fall of 2020.
And the winter of 2023. Bit cold down there. Okay, we got activity. We are pumping out the back footer. So all that water's got to go. And then get it dried out a little bit. And then we got to get rid of all those leaves. Because guess what we got? Well, we got a big tank to put water in. So all that footer drain, all that footer water is going in this. Because I got to have this all pumped up just in case we need water for concrete. They're bringing it up dry. They only carry so much water on the trucks themselves. So there is a possibility we need extra water. And here we got the crew to form up all the forms for the footers. And of course there's more rock to be spread back there. Because we have so many footers and so many walls going to be going up. Not the walls yet, just the footers. That we need more rock back there to fill in behind all of the walls. And here we have the house as it's rendered. This may not be the exact look, but that's something similar. The other thing we got to do is get rid of all this rock, at least out of the area where the footer drain is and the septic drain. Because we're going to be putting in a little pony wall to kind of keep the driveway right behind me up there from coming down into this area. So it's sort of like a retaining wall, but not totally, because there'll be fill on both sides of it. But we want it to come up a ways so that if there's water coming down the driveway on the upper part, it doesn't just go around the corner of the house and dump down in here where the footer is. We want it to keep going across the driveway. And this is kind of tough because it was like 25 degrees this morning. And the fabric has already stuck to the pipe. So we'll give you an overhead shot here. This is where it's going. The driveway comes down in this corner. There's the pipe. The footer has already been put in, or at least part of it, the footer drain. And we're back to forming. They're getting the basement formed up. Perf the footers. It's a bit windy. It's, like I said, it started off at 25 degrees in the morning. I don't think it got much above freezing all day long, and it was windy. So they're doing all the footer form-ups. And then they're also digging it out of the gravel that was put in. So you got the basement all formed up, and then they're just digging it out of the gravel, out of the dirt, what's left of dirt there that we filled in. So the footers can be done either formed or just dug out. They've also got the center piers dug out. Those are all done by hand in that gravel. There's also one there in the back. And that looks like everything's formed up. Along the back wall, they're actually using the walls, the back of the footer, and there are some spots in there that they're just going to fill in the entire dig out for footer. And of course we need more gravel. This is Crusher Run. It's going in the garage on the south side. And it's like a never-ending process of just spread it out, get some more. Spread it out, get some more. And there's around 20 tons in there. And when you look at it, it's like, that doesn't look like 20 tons, but rock is heavy. And I guess Crusher Run is heavier because there's not much in the middle of it except more fines. The 57s have holes in it, at least, because they're solid pieces. And here they're digging out the footers for the south base, that south garage. And it's always just a little bit more. Most of this is on top of solid rock. There are a few chunks left that he hasn't dug out, which he's about to dig out. But this is why he's having trouble getting down far enough. He's going to check again. And still a little bit more.
Just a little bit more, really?
Now, rock. Bigger rock. He's supposed to find all those before he started digging this stuff. And another rock. We don't really have dirt up here. We have rocks. Most of this is just to fill that we've already filled on top of the rocks. So, okay, so there we went out. And here comes the cruise. We have a pump truck. It gets ready, but it's going to have to wait because, yeah, we went down the mountain to escort at least the first cement truck up. And here they come, because here comes the crew. No, that's the crew for the concrete pouring here. There'll be another crew coming in with the cement trucks for the to prep the trucks, because they're coming up semi-dry. There they go. There's a cement truck. Gets turned around. They prep it. Pour more water in it. Pour the chemicals in it. And off they go. So they're pouring all the areas where they're going to have steps. So those will be slightly hard by the time they get back to them. And then waiting for the next truck. Prep that truck. Luckily it was cold enough they didn't need extra water. So all my efforts to get that water tank filled up, didn't need. When it gets warmer for the walls, we might need that water tank. So they got the next truck done. We got another truck in here. So those two trucks went down the mountain, and the next two trucks come up the mountain. Oh, here they come. Then they're going to prep that truck, get water in it. I mean, they carry, I think, 300 gallons of water with them. And here they go, filling concrete into the footers. And yeah, we did get a little bit of rain. It drizzled a little bit. Here you can see one of the trucks turning around. That pump truck could reach the entire site. Granted, from one end to the other end, that back wall is 134 feet. That encompasses 2 garages, one on each end, the main house, a bedroom on one side, and a mudroom on the other. You see that center square? That's the basement. The main house comes from the front of that basement, which is on the driveway side, all the way to that back wall. The basement is only the square. Here we go, truck turning around. Luckily we have these sort of semi-flat areas that all came out of this dig. You can kind of see them there on the right hand side where that cement truck is pulling in. That was not there before. That's all rock built up, dumped over there from the build, the clearing of the area. Our excavator says, yeah, there was 4 feet of rock before you got down to the bloody leaves and stuff where you can actually start digging. Yeah, this place is just rock. Boulders upon boulders. And then over to the right, the mini excavator is sitting over there. It's a white one on top of another fill area. That's a smaller fill area, but that's what it is. At least we have that. Otherwise, I'm not sure those trucks can turn around in there. They'd have to back all the way in. Now, the guys bringing the rocks up and the 57s and crusher run are actually now backing in from the roadway. Granted, we don't have a great roadway, but they're backing all the way in. There's also a fill area in the upper left corner where that work truck is sitting. That all tapers down over on that end, and that was from the basement. So that is sort of filled area in there. We got the concrete truck backing in very slowly. Now, if you thought, oh, you just keep going out with that one big piece there that cement truck just turned around in. Well, right below that is our septic field. So I couldn't go any further out in that area. The septic field is right there. You don't want big rocks and boulders sitting on top of that. So they're prepping that truck to get pouring. I don't remember how many yards of cement we took, but I know that they were going to send 6 trucks up, but one truck did not make it. It broke down somewhere. I don't know if it broke down before it left the plant or what, but there was 5 trucks up there. They had about 8 yards in each truck. We did not use all the trucks. There's another build right down our little road. They actually got the first truck, let's say 4 days before this, as a test. So they got partial done of their footers. They still needed some left. So we had a truck and a little bit left that didn't get used here. Put rebar in, you see how many trucks we got sitting there. So one truck and a partial truck went down to that site and did the rest of their footers. Here's the pump truck. He's working, and he's being filled by a cement truck. Yeah, these are not little trucks. They look like little matchbox trucks from the air, but they're not. Long wheelbase, big trucks. So here they are finishing off our footers. I think they're mostly up. They're still pumping a little bit there. Getting the rest of the footers done. And they're done with the footers. They got a little, the pump truck leaves and everything else leaves. And then it starts drizzling some more. And we're left with 3 guys to finish off the finals of the footers. Make sure everything's flat and level. And we did get a good bit of rain coming in after that. Not a deluge downpour at least, but some rain. And there goes the crew, and we're done with our footers. Now we just gotta let them dry. It was cool out, it was wet. Good weather to do footers in. It wasn't freezing. There's the footers. Now we get to prep for the walls, which means get all the footer drains in and level out gravel and all kinds of stuff, more rock. Thanks for watching. You want to keep track of us, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps the cause. We'll check you later.